'05 Nissan Xterra front wheel bearing replacement, wheel hub replacement. I took the wheel off. Normally I don't take the wheel off, but I'm gonna see if I can get this axle bolt nut broke loose with him standing on the hitting the brake or putting the pry bar in between the wheels. If not, I'm gonna have to take this cotter pin out the center axle, put the wheel back on, and put the car on the ground with the center console, the little center cap, out of the wheel. So let me see if I can get that center axle bolt out. So I got the cotter pin out. I was able to get it out with him stepping on the brake. Sometimes it don't work like that. This whole hub assembly will spin on you. Sometimes you can take a pry bar of some sort long enough, wedge it on the ground, break the axle bolt nut loose, or you just got to put the wheel back on with the center cap off. With the weight of the car, it'll keep that whole wheel from spinning and you can break that lug nut loose. I'm not going to go through showing you how to take the brakes and rotors off. They got other videos out there that I can show you, but I'm going to get the brakes and rotors off. Next thing you want to do, put your axle bolt on, thread it up a few turns, hammer it with a hammer, make sure that axle pushes in and out. This one came out pretty smooth. Sometimes it may not come off that smooth, you may need some heat. But now that that's moving, let me get the brakes and rotors off. So we got the brakes and rotors off, and you got 4 bolts in the back of this hub. As you can see up front, 1, 2, 1 at the bottom, 3, and if you come to the other side, 4. You see I done sprayed them down with PB Blaster. Get them 4 bolts out. The bolts are 17 millimeter. So we got the 4 bolts out. 4 bolts is down there on the ground. One of them is hiding from us. You come up here, disconnect the ABS sensor, follow the wire all the way down, unplug it, and then grab you a big strong hammer and get the hammering like mad. You're gonna do some fucking cussing. You might bust your fingers. You might even accidentally hit the car. But you're gonna have to swing as fucking hard as you could to get this bitch off. Like I said, guys, this shit is not as easy as I make it. I know I didn't show y'all hammering it off, but I whacked it about 15 times and it came off. Sometimes you gotta turn the wheel to the right. Sometimes you gotta turn it to the left because you may have to hammer here, put a pry bar in between the bearing or the hub and the knuckle, get you a little gap, hammer that down to open up the gap and continue hammering, spraying PB Blaster. But we got it out. So we got the hub out. Next you want to clean up this inside diameter. I'm gonna get a little bit of sandpaper, clean it up a little bit, and I'm gonna put some anti-seize inside there, and I'm gonna clean this up, put some anti-seize outside of this. That's just how I do them. It makes it easier for me. It makes it easier on the next person pulling this bearing or hub off, in case it may be me. And then anti-seize this CV axle. So let me clean that up. So I got the circle cleaned up, anti-seize on the outside. I'm gonna get the hub on, then I'm gonna put anti-seize here. I'm gonna anti-seize the bolts that go there, and I'm gonna torque everything down Put your dust shield back on. Ours came off like this. Dust shield was facing over the outer tie rod. And then I'm going to set the bearing up there. Let me get that up there. So I got the hub sitting up there. Remember, our ABS sensor was on the closest to the tie rod side. So that's the way that dust shield go. And that's the way our bearing sits. Let me lock down these 4 bolts in the back of the hub. So guys, I know you can't see, but I put anti-seize on these hub bearing bolts, and I'm gonna line it up and get it bolted in. Okay, I went online and get the torque specs. I did this side upper and lower. Now I'm about to do this side upper and lower. I ain't gonna be able to show you because I don't got a tripod, but according to the internet, the torque specs for the hub is 44 foot-pounds. So I'm gonna torque them, then we go to the axle. Okay, it's starting to get a little dark out. I had to turn my light on. So we got them torqued down to 44 foot-pounds according to the internet. And for this front axle nut, it's 136 foot-pounds. I done put some anti-seize on a CV axle. Now I'm gonna get that torque down. 136 foot-pounds. So I thought I was gonna be able to tighten down this axle hub, the bolt, but the whole thing is spinning. So I'm gonna just go ahead, put the brakes and rotors on. Again, I'm not gonna show you how to do the brakes and rotors, but I'm gonna put the brakes and rotors on and then come back. Okay, before I go ahead and put the brakes and rotors, don't forget to root your ABS sensor up and plug it back in. Very self-explanatory. They got these little rubber grommets. You just plug right into the little slots where they sit. Let me get that in. Then I'm gonna get the brakes and rotors on and get the wheel on. Okay guys, so I got everything back together. I only put 3 lug nuts in. I'm gonna drop the jack to the ground so I can tighten up that center axle bolt. 136 foot-pounds. So we are all done. Center axle nut torqued down to 136 foot-pounds. Got the cotter pin in. All the lug nuts on. Tighten down. And this is a front hub bearing for an 05 Nissan Xterra. Make sure y'all comment, like, subscribe if this video is helpful in any way. Make sure y'all comment. Let me know what y'all think. Let me know what y'all want to see. And I'm out.